You spend your life listening to the words. She tells you she wants stability. She tells you she wants a best friend. She tells you she wants a man who is vulnerable, soft, and safe. So, you become the architect of her comfort. You build the house, you pay the bills, you listen to the 3-hour monologue about her coworker, and you suppress every dangerous instinct you have because you believe that this is the price of admission. And then, you watch. You watch as her eyes glaze over when you speak. You watch as the intimacy dries up, replaced by a polite, roommate-style affection. And the ultimate humiliation comes when you see who catches her eye. It's never the safe man. It's never the man who asks for permission. It is the man who is unpredictable, the man who is slightly dangerous, the man who prioritizes his own mission over her mood. You feel betrayed. You think she lied to you, but she didn't lie. She told you what her logical brain thinks it wants. But biology does not live in the logical brain. Biology lives in the nervous system. And the nervous system does not crave safety. It craves competence. The psychological reality is that women are dual creatures. There is the civilized woman who wants a partner to share a mortgage with, and there is the primal woman who wants a king to surrender to. The civilized woman makes the lists on dating apps. The primal woman decides who she actually sleeps with. Most men are interviewing for the wrong job. They are trying to please the roommate, while she is starving for the lover. Here is the truth about what women actually crave, the raw, unfiltered psychological triggers that she will never admit to you, because admitting them would terrify her. 1. She craves emotional variance. The nice guy offers a flat line. He is always happy, always agreeable, always fine. He thinks this is stability. To a woman, this is death. The female nervous system is designed to process emotion. It is a storm-chasing machine. If you provide a climate of perpetual, sunny safety, she will eventually manufacture a storm just to feel something. This is why she picks fights over nothing. This is why she tests you. She is trying to break the monotony of your agreeableness. She craves emotional variance. She wants the highs, but she also needs the lows. She needs to wonder, just for a moment, if you are annoyed with her. She needs to feel the tension of your silence. She needs the relief of making up after a conflict. A movie with no conflict is boring. A relationship with no conflict is dead. The man she craves is not the man who keeps the water calm. He is the man who can navigate the waves. He brings humor, he brings intensity, he brings passion, and yes, sometimes he brings coldness. He is a full-spectrum human experience, not a cardboard cutout of a good husband. The emotional shift comes when you realize that your consistency is boring her, not comforting her. And the masculine reframe is this: do not be afraid to be polarizing. A flat line on a heart monitor means death. Ups and downs mean life. 2. Modern society tells women they have to be the boss. They run companies. They manage finances. They lead teams. They carry the heavy cognitive load of survival. The last thing, the absolute last thing she wants to do is come home and be the boss of you. When you ask, "What do you want for dinner?" Or, "Where should we go?" Or, "Is it okay if I kiss you?" you think you are being respectful. Psychologically, you are forcing her to stay in her masculine energy. You are adding to her workload. You are asking her to lead. She craves a man who takes the wheel. She wants to relax. She wants to drop the armor she wears all day. But she can only drop her armor if she knows you are wearing yours. She craves the man who says, "Get dressed. We are going to the steakhouse. We leave at 7. This is not tyranny. It is relief. It is the gift of freedom. When you make the decisions, you free her mind to wander, to feel, and to be feminine. She resists this in public because she has to appear strong, but in private, she is desperate for a man who has a plan. A client once told me his marriage was failing because his wife was always stressed and critical. He tried to help by asking, "What can I do for you?" It made it worse. I told him to stop asking and start executing. He handled the logistics. He planned the weekend. He fixed the broken gate without being told. Within 2 weeks, she softened. She didn't want a helper. She wanted a captain. The emotional shift hits when you realize she fights you for control only because she doesn't trust you to handle it. 3. She craves the monster in the garden, controlled danger. There is a paradox in female attraction. She wants to feel safe, but she cannot respect a man who is harmless. If you are nice because you lack the capacity to be anything else, you are not virtuous. You are weak. You are a prey animal. And biology dictates that a female cannot mate with a prey animal, because a prey animal cannot protect her offspring. She craves the monster. She wants to look at you and know that you have the capacity for aggression. She wants to know that you could be ruthless, you could be violent, you could be selfish, but you have it under voluntary control. She wants the warrior who puts down his sword to hold her, not the gardener who never picked up a sword in his life. This is why she likes the bad boy. It's not the abuse she likes, it's the competence. The bad boy has teeth. The nice guy has dentures. She needs to feel a low-level hum of danger when she is with you. Not that you will hurt her, but that you could. That you are a force of nature that she has somehow managed to align with. This makes her feel special. It makes her feel protected. The emotional shift is realizing that your harmlessness is repulsive, and the masculine reframe is sharp. You must develop your capacity for danger physically, mentally, and financially, so that your gentleness becomes a choice, not a necessity. 4. She craves unapologetic desire. The ravishment. In the daylight, she wants the gentleman. She wants the man who opens doors and speaks politely to her mother. But in the dark, she wants the savage. She will never tell you this because she fears judgment. She fears looking unladylike. But deep in her subconscious, she wants to be taken. She wants you to stop asking for permission to touch her. She wants you to stop being clinical and careful. She craves the ravishment. She wants to feel the weight of your desire. She wants to be objectified not in a dehumanizing way, but in a way that worships her form. She wants you to grab her waist with ownership. The nice guy asks, "Can I kiss you?" The lover reads the energy, leans in, and takes the kiss. The nice guy is terrified of offending her. The lover knows that desire is inherently offensive. It is an intrusion, a claim, a conquest. When you are too respectful of her body, you make her feel sterile. You make her feel like a museum exhibit. Look, but don't touch. She wants to feel like a feast. The emotional shift is understanding that politeness kills passion. And the masculine reframe is this. A woman does not want a roommate who respects her space. She wants a lover who invades it. 5. She craves priority, not centrality. The mission. Here is where most men get lost. They think that to make a woman happy, they must make her the center of their universe. They cancel plans for her. They stop seeing friends. They make her their sole focus. And she hates it. She craves a man who has a mission bigger than her. If she is the most important thing in your life, you have placed a terrifying burden on her shoulders. She wants to be the queen to your king, but she does not want to be the kingdom itself. She wants to see you obsessed with your work. She wants to see you choose your integrity over her feelings. She wants to see you leave the warm bed to go train in the cold. Why? Because it proves that you are a man of substance. It proves that you are not easily swayed. If you will quit your mission for her, you will quit it for anything. And that makes you weak. She wants to fight for your attention. She wants to earn her spot in your schedule. When your time is scarce, she values it. When your time is abundant and free, she discards it. The emotional shift arrives when you see that making her your whole world actually makes her world smaller. And the masculine reframe is absolute. A man without a mission is just a man waiting for a woman to tell him who he is. Never be that man. 6. She craves emotional containment. The unmoving rock. Women are the ocean. They are vast, deep, and subject to changing tides and violent storms. They feel everything intensely. Because she is the ocean, she does not want you to be a boat that capsizes in her waves. She wants you to be the cliff that the waves crash against, only to shatter while the cliff remains standing. She craves emotional containment. She will test you. She will become emotional, irrational, perhaps even hurtful. She is checking your structural integrity. If you get angry, if you get defensive, if you crumble and apologize, you fail. You have shown her that her storm can destroy you. But if you stand there calm, grounded, breathing slowly, if you look at her chaos with amusement or stoic love, she relaxes. She feels safe. She realizes that no matter how crazy she gets, you are solid. This is the ultimate safety. Not financial safety, but emotional safety. The knowledge that she cannot destroy you. A client told me, "My girlfriend goes crazy over small things." I asked him what he does. He said, "I try to argue logic." That is the mistake. You cannot fight emotion with logic. You fight emotion with presence. The next time she spiraled, he just stood there, held eye contact, and breathed. He didn't argue. He didn't leave. He just existed as a solid force. She eventually ran out of steam and collapsed into his arms. She didn't want a debate. She wanted a container. The emotional shift is realizing that her emotions are not personal attacks. They are tests of your stability. And the masculine reframe is key. Never let the weather determine the strength of the mountain. 7. She craves the oracle. Being seen. I shouldn't have to tell you. Every man hates this phrase. We want clear instructions. But she doesn't want to give instructions. She wants to be seen. She craves a man who has the social intelligence to read her. She wants you to notice the micro-expressions. She wants you to know she is anxious before she says it. She wants you to understand her needs before she articulates them. This isn't mind reading, it's attention. Most men look at women, but they don't see them. They are looking at their bodies, or they are looking through them, distracted by their own thoughts. She craves the man who studies her, the man who says, "You seem stressed. Go take a bath. I'll handle the kids," before she even complains. This triggers a deep, primal trust. It tells her that you are attuned to her reality. It tells her that she is safe with you because you are vigilant. The emotional shift is realizing that your observation is a form of intimacy. And the masculine reframe is this: stop waiting for a report on her feelings. Be the observer who notices the storm before the rain starts. The awakening. You look back at your past relationships, the ones where you were the nice guy. The ones where you tried to buy her love with compliance, and you see the pattern. You weren't losing because you weren't good enough. You were losing because you were playing a game of checkers while she was playing evolutionary chess. You were trying to appeal to the civilized woman, but you were starving the primal woman. The realization is heavy. You have to kill the boy who needs a mummy to approve of him, and birth the man who commands respect. This is not about manipulation. This is not about being a jerk. This is about becoming the version of yourself that nature intended. A man who is strong, capable, decisive, and dangerous. A man who loves her enough to lead her. She cannot tell you these things. If she tells you to be more dominant, it doesn't work, because you are only doing it because she told you to, which is submissive. You have to figure this out on your own. You have to claim your masculinity not because she asked for it, but because it is who you are. She is waiting. She is waiting for the king to return to the throne. She is waiting for the man who doesn't ask, "What do you want?" but instead looks her in the eye and shows her what she needs. The mask is off. The truth is out. Stop asking. Start being.